Friday, 6:47 p.m. Everyone else had gone home. Laughter faded from the halls hours ago. The lights above my cubicle flickered. Not broken, just budgeted. I stared at the Slack message blinking at the top of my screen. Need you to patch the back end this weekend. Shouldn't take long. No OT, of course. We're all making sacrifices. I didn't reply. Just leaned back in my chair and listened. To the silence. To the fluorescent hum above. To the storm building inside my chest. Quiet, deliberate. They wanted me to work for free? Fine. I'd give them what they paid for. It started slowly, months ago. They cut bonuses to preserve runway. Cut hours, cut staff, but not expectations. And somehow, I became the safety net. The ghost they could summon at will. The last one out, the first one blamed. I kept my head down, said thank you, said yes, until they stopped asking. Until "can you" became "you will." Until I was told, not requested. Ordered like a machine. But I am not a machine. I am the one who built the machine, line by line, root to server. The back end ran on my spine. And they forgot who wrote the code. They forgot who held the keys. That night I stayed late. Not because they asked, because I needed time. No cameras in the back-end server room. No two-factor logs for root console. I'd left it that way for emergencies. This was one. I wrote in silence. Not sabotage, just silence. A kill switch, subtle, a buried script, a line of logic wrapped in the timing trigger. It wouldn't delete anything, it wouldn't corrupt. It would simply pause. On Monday morning, every system would load perfectly, and then freeze. No errors, no bugs, just stasis. It would take hours to trace, days to patch. I tested it 3 times, flawless. I encrypted the trigger in a buried system file, locked it with a key only I understood. A phrase from a private joke they never bothered to remember. Then I went home and slept deeply. Monday, 8:02 a.m. The first call came before I left my apartment. Hey, login isn't working. You seeing this? By 8:17 a.m., panic. Client dashboards are frozen. Ops team can't reboot. What's going on? I walked in at 9:01 sharp, coffee in hand, calm face. The CTO was pacing, sweating. I thought you patched this, he hissed. I took a sip of my drink. You told me not to work weekends, I said, voice even. Company policy. His eyes widened. Just a flicker. Then he masked it with fake concern. We need you to fix this. I paused. I'll look into it. I sat down at my station. I opened terminal. I did nothing. Just watched. The system was working, exactly as I designed it to. Until they asked nicely. Which they wouldn't. Because people like them never ask. They expect. By 11 o'clock a.m., every senior exec was in a room. Their faces were red, pale, a blend of fear and arrogance cracking under pressure. I was called in. They spoke in circles, blamed legacy issues, asked about my documentation, demanded a solution. I stood silently, then opened my laptop. One command, one line. All it needed was a string they didn't know. They watched me type. Then pause. I looked at the CEO. He hadn't said a word all morning. He finally asked, "Can you fix it?" I smiled. Yes. Silence. So? I closed the laptop. Tell me what my work is worth. They looked at each other. Excuse me? He asked. I leaned forward. You wanted me to work weekends for free. You wanted my silence, my time, my life. No one spoke. Now I want a number, or I walk. And you all get to explain why your entire infrastructure depends on a guy who doesn't matter. I slid a paper across the table. My salary, tripled. My title, CTO. My hours, my terms. Their silence was the answer. It's Tuesday now. The system runs clean. Because I let it. Because I decided it would. They pass me in the halls now with soft eyes, smiles too wide, voices too careful. They think I wanted power. I didn't. I wanted memory, recognition, a name. Not an ID tag, not a timesheet, a name. And now, they'll never forget it. Because the only thing more terrifying than a man who can break your system is the man who already did and said nothing.